Hey guys! I have an idea for a series that I want to try to start on my channel called The History of Houseplants. I might still change that, but essentially that's what it is. Each episode will look at a specific houseplant, how it came to be, where it's from, how it's gotten its name, its prices, things like that. I just think it would be really interesting to look at the evolution of these plants that we have in our homes now and how they came to be here. So this very first episode, which I have titled as episode 0, we'll look at the history of houseplants in general as a whole, and then all the following episodes will look at specific plants. So when did it all start? A long time ago. Indoor potted plants can be traced back to ancient Greek and Roman civilizations. More ancient civilizations in the Chinese, Indian, and Egyptian regions were also known to have potted plants. However, these were mainly still outdoors in things like courtyards. Not to mention the art of bonsai tree shaping in Japanese culture that has been around for hundreds of years. After the Roman Empire fell, so did the indoor potted plant trend for the most part. That is, until the Victorian era. While the idea of potted plants is quite ancient, it wasn't really a thing until the Victorian era. The Industrial Revolution gave the majority of people in the middle class the ability to care for some of these houseplants with better housing, heating, and light, providing the type of environment that an indoor houseplant would need, which was not previously available to the majority of people. It became a really popular way to brighten up homes in the dreary winters of England. It was mainly plants like ferns, English ivy, and Carlo palms. The want for indoor plants was also fueled by the exploration and discovery of the Americas, bringing to Europe exotic plants native to those regions desired by the more wealthy people as a sign and symbol of status. After that, houseplants only really took off in the 20th century after World War II. During World War I, there was the idea of victory gardens that was introduced in the USA as well as a couple of other countries, but that's where it originated from. These were gardens growing in private homes and public gardens as a way to increase rations and boost morale during the war, and these were mainly fruit and vegetable gardens and herb gardens and things like that. It's not really anything to do with the indoor houseplant movement or trend. In the 1920s and 30s, there was a really increased popularity of flower gardens. Things like roses, carnations, and the like were quite popular and seen everywhere. After that, however, it was the 60s and specifically the 70s when it really took off. 1970 saw the first World Earth Day, and in general people were more environmentally aware, so it would make sense that people started wanting to bring that into their homes as well. In New York, small plant shops were as common as Starbucks might be today. It was no longer seen as a status symbol representing wealth, but rather nature, beauty, and growth. The 90s saw a rise in popularity of fake houseplants as well as blooming orchids, and as well now, of course, social media, the internet, and just the general spread of information. Propagating and growing these plants, distributing them, has also become so much more easier and cheaper, so they have become more available to the general public. Millennials didn't invent or start the houseplant trend, but it has definitely been more amplified now in recent decades through previously mentioned internet as well as the urban jungle design, as large concrete cities were expanding and people wanted to bring a part of nature with them inside their homes. Even more recently, Instagram and social media in general, and no doubt the COVID-19 lockdowns, where the majority of people are trapped inside with nothing to do but to scroll on Instagram and see these beautiful plants and find this amazing hobby, these amazing plants, and wanting those for themselves as well, which of course is making plant prices skyrocket, but that's a whole nother video. I have made one about plant prices. If you wanna check that out, I'll probably have it somewhere. That's about it. That's how houseplants sort of became so popular and such a common thing. This is obviously not a really in-depth video, it's just a quick one to start off this series. Leave a comment down below, let me know what kind of plant you would like me to make a video on the history of. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate it, it helps me out a lot. But yeah, for now, that's it. That's the video.